Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test of the 2021 Hyundai Sonata N-Line. We're going to head out on the highway, do 50 miles out and 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour to get a realistic highway cruising average for this sporty sedan. Before we get started, let's hop out, take a quick look at it. Packing a 290 horsepower, 2.5 liter inline-four with a turbo, of course, and Hyundai's new 8-speed dual-clutch automatic, which can also be found in the Veloster N. This thing is sporty, it's fun, the dual-clutch is surprisingly good. Now, unlike most cars, we're not actually running a full review of this car because I've already driven a prototype, and I've already covered the Bose sound system with other Sonatas. So I'll put all those links in the description, and I'll also put a link to a driving impressions review from the Topher if you want to see more on the Sonata N-Line. But I'll also share some of my thoughts as we get on the highway as well. Now, why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's Highway Fuel Economy test, which gives this Sonata N-Line 33 miles per gallon, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We know there are people who like to take their vehicles on long road trips and would like to know what sort of numbers they can realistically expect at higher speeds. In order to do that, we're going to head over here to the gas station, fill up, head out and do 100 total miles, come back, fill up at the same pump using the same fueling method, get ourselves a result. A few things to note for today. Outside temperature is 49 degrees Fahrenheit. Tire pressures have been set to their door placard 35 psi cold. We're going to run the climate control at 73 degrees auto. Yes, this might use some air conditioning, but people got to be comfortable. Another thing, there is nothing in this car's documentation that says you need to run anything other than 87 octane. So we will be using 87 octane. It says in the manual 87 is fine, so don't at me saying you have to run premium fuel in this car. It's just wasting your money. Let's fill it up. 4.314 gallons going in. Before we actually start up the car, we're going to reset our GPS and reset the car's trip meters, and we're ready to begin. There are 3 drive modes in the Sonata N-Line: normal, sport, and sport plus. There's also a custom mode where you can kind of mix and match those. Normal is the closest thing to eco, so we're going to be running in that. We're going to head over to the highway about half a mile and pick up the test from there. Now, the goal of this test is not to hypermile, but rather to drive efficiently as one would on a steady state road trip. So we're going to get up to 72 miles per hour according to our GPS. Set the cruise control. We're not going to draft or drive aggressively, anything like that. Just cruise on. Looks like 73 on the car is going to give us 72 on the GPS. Initial highway comfort. This car is a little loud. Maybe it's just because I was cruising around in the F-150 earlier this week and that thing was very well sound isolated. But I keep looking around to find where road noise and air noise is coming in from. It doesn't sound super tight in here, which is surprising because the rest of the car feels really well built. And you do hear a good amount of that engine as well. We're on a bit of an incline, but just not as quiet as some of the other cars in this class, and honestly probably not even as quiet as the other Sonatas we've driven. These N-Line seats hug you pretty tight. We'll see how they are after an hour and a half in the saddle. But we're going to continue on with the rest of the test and catch up with you at the end. In the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the 2021 Sonata N-Line. We're getting just above EPA according to the car's trip computer, and averaging 70 miles per hour, and we got 33.6 average MPG on the dash. Decently comfortable. My booty's getting a little sore, but overall, if you're a smaller person, you should have no problem being comfortable in these bolstered seats. Wind noise, still a little bit louder than I would like for this kind of car. We counted 72 decibels on our testing device, which is not super scientific, but it at least provides some degree of comparison between the vehicles we test. So I've been thinking about it a little bit, trying to decide if I would rather have this or a Honda Accord Sport. This is definitely faster, but both cars, when you mat the gas, you get front wheel spin. So yeah, in the right conditions, this is going to be faster, but they both feel about the same in real-world driving. You can't get the Honda in a manual anymore, so unless you're buying used, then you're dealing with either a 10-speed automatic or an 8-speed dual clutch, and this transmission's definitely the better of the two. It's about $1,000 more, fairly similarly equipped for a 2-liter Sport, Accord, or this. This is going to be a little bit more fun to throw around. I didn't look at the weights, but they're probably pretty similar. I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of all the gray and black in the interior. It's all pretty darn rubbery. It doesn't even feel like leather, it feels like rubber. I would go for a little bit more color. I much preferred the interior in the limited and limited hybrid Sonatas that we had. But I'm sure some people are really going to appreciate the red stitching and the ambient lighting. And everything's super functional. The HVAC controls work well, infotainment's good. I love the button shifter. Good layout for everything. So yeah, I mean, it actually is a pretty compelling setup and a pretty compelling package. I think Hyundai did a pretty good job, not only with the Sonata in general, but even this N-Line model. I'd be really interested to drive it back to back with an Accord, because every time I drive a Honda Accord, I'm like, wow, it's amazing how well they did this car. But, you know, sometimes it's just, you gotta go back to back. The other thing that's super cool about the Sonata is its active lane keeping assist works for miles. You can just set it and kind of just lazily have your hand on the wheel, and it'll go. We tested well over 2 minutes in the right conditions without prompting you to put your hands on the wheel. So some of you might argue that that's not very safe, but I think if the technology is decently there, I'd much rather have that than like Ford's system where you had to touch the wheel every 10 seconds and give it a pretty aggressive wiggle. Hyundai's system is surprisingly good, especially for one that they don't really market very heavily. Not many people know that Hyundai cars even come with that. So we're going to take it nice and easy back here to the gas pump, fill up at the same pump using the same 3-click fueling method, and get a result. Alright, 33.8 according to the trip computer. Let's fill it up. 2.941 gallons going in. 102.2 divided by 2.941 gives us 34.75 miles per gallon. Round that up to 35 and multiply it by 15.9 gallons. The size of the fuel tank gives you an effective cruising range of 550 miles at 70 miles per hour here in the 2021 Hyundai Sonata N-Line. Pretty good, beating EPA even in this little bit colder temps. For a car rocking over 300 pound-feet of torque and 290 horsepower, it's a pretty decent number. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more on the Sonata N-Line, check the links in the description for our Bose audio system on some other Sonatas, as well as the Topher's review of this car. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.